And, wow, my morale is looking low there. Very, very low. Last time, I don't remember. Oh, right, I fucked up a lot. I shot the corpse. That was pretty bad. And now we need to go get some help from the dock workers. So I'm gonna go the ooh, what is this? I'm gonna go the sneaky way. There are the surroundings. Ha. Through the sneaky way, hopefully. Hopefully I don't have a fucking heart attack, 'cause that would suck. Through this door. Yeah, just a whole lot of things not going too well. If only I had my own gun, I could keep shooting at that corpse all night, all day long. But enough about that. Derish. Now, I'm gonna... Actually, I need to cut down on lay audio. Just a little bit. Make sure environment volume, let's bring that down, because it can get pretty fucking noisy inside of the yard. This place can get pretty fucking noisy.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
That sucks. Oop, shit, 17% chance. How much of a chance do I got? I got 2 minuses to my savoir-faire. Yeah, this makes sense.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. Only because I think it'd be funny as hell. I'll be fine. Holy shit! I'm naked!
In the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
Hell yeah.
He's so on the money, Bratan! Just imagine yourself dual-wielding a bottle and a flaming cigarette whilst airborne!
Thank you, horrific necktie.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Hell yeah, I just had to take off my pants and shoes. And click. As if any of that makes sense. I still don't have a fucking shirt on, dude. Bruh. Yeah. Yeah, this makes sense. You know, just take off. If you want to parkour, don't wear shoes and don't wear pants. That's obviously what I've learned today. Let's put this on too. Let's make sure that my microphone doesn't fall as I adjust my keyboard. Onward. Can I look at this? I can. Collecting rainwater. Well, it's kind of snowing right now, but yeah, it is. Hello, bubbles. And bottles. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner.
Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Wait, how hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Let's see. Almost been out of events. This is really sad. I must have been miserable.
Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
He turns to leave. I mean, yeah, but there are bottles. Oh. Give me the bottle. Give me the bottle. Give me the tear. All of the tear. Ah. Come on, mate. I'm just gonna collect all of this. Kim! Kim, move. Move, Kim. I wish to collect the bottle. Bottle. And bottle. And bottle. Can I not collect that last one? It looks collectible. No? Okay.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
Of course. Let me just heal this up.
You need to rest. Your body is aching. Getting in here has taken something out of you. Have a seat.
I mean, well, everything's telling me that I should, you know. Kim, I'm gonna take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Take the picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
You see, something about this man piques my interest. I think this can be a side thing.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
No, I'm taking a seat.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Breathe deep.
Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate.
So for a little something to help you out.
The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date.
Side effects?
Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence,
What the fuck?
watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to la opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
Erectile malfunction. Not dysfunction, malfunction. So what, do I just like pop half a boner? Like, you know, only half of my dick is hard, the other half isn't? Like,
Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else.
let's see. I'm a cop. I have cop things to do. Might assault people to help. Kim's counting on me. Disco, mirror balls, kick-ass moves, boogie beat. I don't see what the big deal is. This sounds pretty normal to me. I'm scared I will never be held or loved in this world again. Hell yeah.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Fucking take the painkillers.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now.
Oh yeah, let's get up.
You stand and exit the booth.
Sweet. I like painkillers. All around you, great machines and quiescence. In quiescence, I think. I think that's how you say it. I'm not too sure. But whatever. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like forest under the snow. Yeah, okay. Moving along the dock. Moving along the dock. Hey, what are you?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Allumer on, éteindre off.
Oh, that says... Okay, that's a little bit of a... let's leave it alone. A little bit of a miswording there. Miswording, indeed. We'll get to this giant shipping container later. I'll take that. I'll take that. I look at Bubble. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kvalson. Okay. Onward. Oh wait, I'm going up this way. I'm dumb. And coin. And Bubble. Speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organize in the yard below. Yeah, okay. The musk of oil and rust comes from the cavern in front of you. It smells like blood. Well, I know what I need right now. I need a pry bar. Why do I need a pry bar? This is why I need a pry bar. I'll take some gloves. Oops. Let's see. That's a half light, and that's interfacing. Yeah, let's wear some let's get some half light going. Why not? And coin. I said and coin. And Bubble. Industrial sized demo smells like burnt coffee. And damn it. And coin. Container. Okay. Bubble. Banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. What's up, mate? Voice? Okay. Well, at least I know how it goes. Container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, now belongs to Everard.
Tiny man is so engaged in his work, he doesn't notice you. Hi!
Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
By reminding me to use my voice.
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
Ow.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
Shadow passes over his kind face. No, of course not. Whatever that is.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer. His voice is a little bit more high-pitched. Okay. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbard kind, if you know what I mean, mister. You're Ubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
What are you doing with the shipping containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
He waves at the containers towering behind him. Might as well. It's only 28% chance.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
Wow, red is so much prettier than drab old green.
Sure is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I had to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means this strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon.
Whoops. Where is everyone? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
Pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
I mean, what does that even mean? Guessing more like, really? Did they kill someone?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking.
Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellet. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
The lieutenant looks up at Leo.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Hold on. Who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes. Well, I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
The lieutenant smiles at the little man.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really.
You didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider.
Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright.
The white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinez, but the recognition from an authority figure made Leo's day.
What's in that container over there? Points to the container suspended from the crane arm.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
I'm looking for the leader of the Dock Workers Union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs, then continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Patience. Deep down you have the mental power to keep listening. Not many would, but you do.
Do not interrupt Leonard.
Had an arithmetics teacher, Miss Bellows. Her real name was Miss Bellums. She was a real pretty lady, but when she got mad, all the boys liked her, if you know what I mean, mister. We used to sneak in her yard in the dark and peek through the window. One time we saw Miss Bellows with a fellow. Yes, we did, mister.
He looks for signs of disbelief in your eyes. No, you fucking didn't.
Yes, we did, mister. Indeed we did. Him was a big, big fellow. Used to drive the troika near houses, school and everything. Then was all naked too. That's all I got to say about that.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you for telling me the whole thing.
Thank you. Almost forgot. Mr. Everett is in that container over there. I got distracted telling the story, but he's in there.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye-bye now.
He returns to his work. In this container, you say? Well, if you don't mind, I shall enter in. Red chicks can only be tried once. Failed white chicks can be retried by increasing the relevant skill. Or through other ways. Through interactions with the world. Or through thought. The coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm. A stair made of pallets leading up. Sup, fat ass? Taxidermy fish that tells time. Before you
is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
God, that fucking face, mate.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Quit staring at me. It's creepy.
With a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Uh-huh.
A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone.
Yeah, say nothing. Look him dead in the eye.
The one good eye of this man fills you up without even flickering. The other, his lazy eye, is constantly moving like a goldfish in a tank.
I had a teacher who had a lazy eye once. I didn't like her. She was mean.
Grotesquely magnified by his +6 glasses. For a moment, you don't know where to look. It is unbearably humid in the trailer. Beads of sweat slide down the man's forehead.
Keep staring at him.
At first, nothing happens. His face wears a wide and self-satisfied smile. Every now and then, he smacks his big lips. Like a general over his maps, he plots his moves. Judging by the way he's licking his chops, it's going to be a good one.
We're ready, bitch.
So,
He begins to speak, albeit very slowly, purposefully leaving a pause after his opener.
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Debardairs Union. I'm Everard Clare, head of this little operation here.
Yes.
Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny folding chair opposite to his giant desk.
The folding chair looks like a torture device. Extremely uncomfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
Lieutenant nods at you, then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best.
Right.
Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Yeah. Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out. He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
Yeah. I'd take a seat then.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Gives you a sly wink. I ain't winking back at you. feel like if I wink, that other eye is going to focus on me, and I die.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
Shit.
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Don't violate my backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
They definitely did change the speaking of the lines. The voice still sounds roughly the same, though.
This should take care of that nonsense.
Points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge. His voice is a little bit more higher pitched. Just a little bit.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Yeah, but I need 60 real to actually do something. First, wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Yeah, but you see, I don't want the fucking check. Bitch. Keep it. I'm good.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
Crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
No. No. I'm not worried. I got this.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Oof. This is a challenge. Kim?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not about to cry.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
Eat a dick, Claire.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place.
While Everard is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything around you. The folder, desk, papers on the wall.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
I'm melting. Nah, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
Swimming in peaches.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
How fucking dare you? Okay? A man my age? What are you implying? I'm at the peak of my abilities. Yes, I know I bullshit a lot, but damn it, I'm trying to keep cool.
Yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive.
Don't mind that I had to take my pants and shoes off anyway.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
You call me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So that's really my name.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
My memory's fine. I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Lieutenant inspects Everard over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
It's only a 28% chance. Let's get this straight. What is my full name?
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a Harry. Strange.
I feel like a Dubois, but not quite like a Harry. Something longer. But I still haven't figured out my real name, though.
Sure, okay. You're Harold. Harmon. Haroldamus? But that's not what the record says. The record says Harry Dubois, a real man's name.
Don't get busy with me, Everard.
Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. I, however, wish to help you any way I can.
Do you know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
That doesn't answer my question. Not really. Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kins or...
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
Don't double talk like me. Never mind the family.
Family, Harry, is the most important thing in the world.
What kind of cop does it say I am?
Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
What? I'm not apologetic. I'm confident.
Well, you sure come off as very confident in all our interactions, Harry. You're a real man's man.
If you keep kissing up to my ass, you're gonna have nothing but shit stains for a beard.
He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activity in Martinez.
Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Let's 42% chance.
As
Yes!
you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. Is he trying to hide that it's not a real RCM folder? It certainly doesn't have the RCM stamp on it.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So, the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Yeah, the belt thing.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
He licks his fat lips and smiles.
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
He picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right, then clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And Jean, please take it easy with the race signs. That's a yes to getting the body down, no to the race signs.
He hangs up and turns back to you.
You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates. He's the big impressive one. You know, tattoos, muscles, ethnic looking. Can't miss him. Great guy.
Right. Well, I want to talk about the hanging now.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you, like I'm helping you with the body. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a but.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
The stars aligned into a cosmic frown here. He has your fate decided. Bide your time, however, and let the stars continue their course, and that frown shall turn into a smile. Only if you play along.
I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
And what do you mean by weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He moves his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
He puts his glasses back on.
I can't accept this thing.
Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Fuck that. Everett, I'm going to leave now. But we might talk again later.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great. Wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Magnesium-based life form. We tell them, hell no. You're about to become a magnesium-based life form. The age of the primitive carbon man is done. No longer must mankind rely on slow-working background radiation to take us further into our genetic destiny. This is the era of guided evolution, and magnesium is the key. You are the first of your species. The next step in human evolution. An advanced magnesium proto-man who mags it up, drinks it down, and sniffs it sideways.
+2 volition from the magnesium receptacle glands, and -1 logic, because there's no such thing, man. That means I'm kind of fucking stupid. Yeah, it's only a 1. It's not too bad. Right? Right? Well, that kind of backfired a little bit. You really need to have your composure up for that shit, man. Really need to have it up to be able to do anything there. Well, at least we can get the body down from the tree. That's something. Let's... Whoa, whoa, whoa. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are all sleeping. We'll come back to this later. I will push that button, but now is not the time. Not at all. To the door! Run, you, chubby man. Not really fat, just chubby. Probably like fat and muscles. Very like watered down muscles. Alcohol has been a real bitch. Bubbles. The radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. A giant aspirant on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. You don't put coffee cups on the armrest. It's what tables are for. Standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. The dark liquid in the pot almost seems sentient. What is this? Book. La Fumée, Volume 1, Number 4. I don't remember that. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. I don't think I've ever... What? The leading intellectual organ of Montenegro communism. Offers a radical Mazovian perspective on a range of contemporary issues. Fucking words. The cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Frizzle with a pair of white antlers growing out of his head.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Frizzle. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why Atlas?
Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
And why Friesel?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
We'll flip through the pages.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white.
Doodles.
After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Let's read it.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Ah, drive away potential subscribers. Like my very presence. Awesome. Just play it cool. Pretend everything's in order.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
I might as well finish up the episode with a bit of communism.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that.
Yeah, let's see what this bear wrestling's all about.
It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kanajinsky himself. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV.
When it says bear wrestling, does that mean two bears are wrestling each other, or...?
Of course not. The article makes plain that this is man on bear, or in some cases, woman on bear competition. 2 competitors, 1 ring, 5 rounds, or until incapacitation.
How do you get a bear to stop mauling someone's face? What? I don't think... No, fuck it, whatever.
According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively.
I mean, it kind of makes sense both ways, but you know, probably more so if you're out of shape.
That's very much the idea. President Kaczynski has long maintained that a strong body is the best defense against capitalist aggression. In shape, out of shape, you've always preferred to rely on your wits.
Kim, do you think there's any chance our case will take us to the SRV?
The Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask?
I was thinking it might be fun to see a bear fight.
They're quite the spectacle, as I understand. I've heard they make the people in the front rows wear plastic sheets.
Oh.
On account of the blood, you see.
Nice.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
What is Kunst und Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
Yeah, but who is this CS?
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
Oh. And Tip Top Tournée?
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing.
Quick eye glance towards Kim, and back towards book.
If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll.
So, what do these communists have to say about Tip Top?
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
And what the hell is wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
Wait, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has two bylines. Nastep Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka.
Okay, well, what's so bad about sponsorships?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
Right, but then you get to see them crash.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see a crash. I mean, when I'm driving, yeah, I look at the car crashes that happen. I've been seeing quite a few of them in recent days. But you know, like NASCAR, it's definitely super boring. Nothing but left turn this, left turn that. Formula One is much more interesting, and I wouldn't want to see a crash, so pretty sure I like it for the racing.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
Well, fine, I guess I never thought about it that much.
That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Ah.
Kim, this article says that no one really watches Tip Top Tournée for the races.
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think so.
A certain kind of young man reads one or two books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Lastly, the local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Well, you do need to pay. Otherwise, how's the person who rents it out to you supposed to make money? You know, it's kind of the whole point of renting. I mean, killed a lot of them. Without Pines, all those moochers would be out of a job. Charging rent to live somewhere is pretty outrageous. It would be better for everyone if labor and capital could reach some reasonable accommodation. Why should I care? This doesn't have anything to do with me. Like, wouldn't it be better if you just, reached a consensus or something? You're all kind of sounding like idiots now.
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition.
Not the coalition.
Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds.
Well, we put that away. Very interesting. Well, I guess that we'll have to end the episode there with the readings of the communist agenda. Well, holy shit. It went well enough. I managed to fly without pants and shoes. And I almost died. Almost, but everything else is fine, and we are now a magnesium-based life form. Bye.